Center for the Ethiopian Educational Information and Communication Technology presents Educational Satellite Television Programs.
Hello, teacher. Hello, students. We are going to continue our study of basic trigonometric functions, which are the functions of angles. In our most recent lesson, we focused on understanding positive and negative angles. In this lesson, we will examine the values of trigonometric functions for related angles. We are going to start our lesson by learning that just like angles can be positive or negative, trigonometric functions for angles can be positive or negative, depending on which quadrant the angles are found in. As an example, look at the image on your screen. Since the angle is in the second quadrant, the sine opposite side over hypotenuse is positive. The cosine adjacent side over hypotenuse is negative because the adjacent side is negative. And the tangent opposite side over adjacent side is negative, again, because the adjacent is negative. A good way to remember which angles are positive and which angles are negative is by remembering the graph on your screen. In the first quadrant, all angles are positive. In the second quadrant, only the sine is positive. In the third, only the tangent is positive. And in the fourth, only the cosine is positive. That is fairly easy to remember. An even easier way to remember is to memorize the following saying. All students take chemistry. Yes, chemistry is not the same as trigonometry. But if you follow the letters that start each word, you will see that they unlock a code that helps you remember which angles are positive in which quadrants. All in the first, sine in the second, tangent in the third, cosine in the fourth. All students take chemistry. Here are some more important terms you should know to understand the values of trigonometric functions for related angles. Any two angles are said to be complementary if the sum of their measures is equal to 90 degrees. 30 degrees and 60 degrees, 20 and 70, 40 and 50, 45 and 45, 10 and 80, and so on. All are complementary angles. Let us pause and perform our first activity of this lesson. Please look at the image on your screen. If angles alpha and beta of that triangle are complementary, I would like you to determine the sine, cosine, and tangent for both angles. Please go ahead.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, everyone. Were you able to answer the question? Good for you. Let us go over the question together. Please look at the screen. The sine of angle alpha is side A over side C. The sine of angle beta is B over C. The cosine of angle alpha is B over C. The cosine of angle beta is A over C. The tangent of angle alpha is A over B, and the tangent of angle beta is B over A. Let us talk about some more important terms. A reference angle is the acute angle formed by the terminal side of an angle and the x-axis, like this. By understanding reference angles, we can understand the value of the trigonometric functions of an angle and its reference angle. Look at the image on your screen. You will see that the values of the trigonometric function of a given angle and the values of the corresponding trigonometric functions of the reference angle are the same in absolute value, but they may differ in sign. That is, while the given angle may be positive, the reference angle may be negative, or vice versa. In this case, the given angle is in the third quadrant, making the sine and cosine negative and the tangent positive, while the reference angle is in the first quadrant, making the sine, cosine, and tangent positive. Let us continue with one more definition before we conduct another activity. Two angles are said to be supplementary if the sum of their measures is equal to 180 degrees. Now we will pause and perform our second activity of this lesson. I would like you, students, to use what you have learned to determine the values of sine 150 degrees, cosine 150 degrees, and tangent 150 degrees. Please go ahead.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, everyone. Were you able to answer the question? Very good. Let us figure out the answer together. Please look at the screen. We first find the reference angle by subtracting 150 degrees from 180 degrees. The answer is 30 degrees. We used our understanding of a supplementary angle to find our reference angle. Knowing the degrees of our reference angle, we can determine that sine 30 degrees is 0.5. Cosine 30 degrees is negative the square root of 3 over 2. And the tangent of 30 degrees is negative 1 over the square root of 3. That is all for this lesson, students. You learned some more definitions to calculate the values of trigonometric functions for related angles. Good work! Until next time, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.